I'm here with a video on my top 10 high-end blushes. So there are going to be 9 powder blushes and 1 cream blush, and these are all high-end products. I didn't include any MAC because I could do a whole video on just 10 MAC blushes that I love. So these are kind of like my must-have, go-to, favorite high-end blushes. I'm also going to do a top 10 MAC blushes and then a top 10 or top 5, depending on how many drugstore blushes I can find in my collection that I really truly love. I will have either top 5 or top 10 drugstore blushes as well. So I'm gonna just jump right in. A lot of these probably will be no surprise to you because they've been in favorites, I've talked about them, and I love them. So I'm gonna start off with the Rockateur blush from Benefit. This is such a beautiful, like kind of rosy gold blush. I really love the Benefit box blushes. This to just be my favorite out of all of their box blushes. I just think that gives the most beautiful sheen to the cheeks. It's not overly glittery or shimmery, but it just makes your cheeks glow and look very, very youthful. So I absolutely love this one. I think everybody needs to have the Rockateur blush. I think if you have a deeper, darker skin tone, it would be a beautiful kind of topper to whatever blush you're already wearing and just kind of like bring it up onto the cheekbones a little bit. But for anyone who is like fair, medium skin tone, you could just use this as a blush and it's absolutely beautiful. Becca. There's so many products from Becca that I really love. I love their foundation, their matte primer, their highlighters are stunning, their shimmering skin perfectors are amazing, and their blushes are no exception. They are in this really kind of cool like metal and kind of matte rubber packaging, and they kind of look like little like UFOs. And this happens to be in the color Gypsy. Now this is a beautiful pink. It's kind of like a ballerina pink is how I think they describe it. It's kind of that soft bubblegum blue toned pink, but it has almost like this white gold iridescence to it that's so beautiful. I don't have any other blushes that quite have that same white gold sheen to it. It looks beautiful on the cheeks. It's a very feminine light color, which I think is why I like it so much. They do have some other blushes that I definitely want to try, but this is the only Becca one that I have and I absolutely love it. I think it's so beautiful for the springtime. It has that really youthful like baby doll pink like pinch to your cheek. So I really love that. Again, it's Becca's Mineral Blush in Gypsy. You guys know that I absolutely love my Illamasqua blushes. I cannot get enough of them. I have 2 here that I'm going to show you. These I think are so perfect for the springtime. I mean, I will wear these all year round, but I think especially in the spring, these work perfectly. The Illamasqua blushes, you can get them at Sephora or the Illamasqua website. Love their blushes, cream blushes and powder blushes. They're amazing. So this first one is called Katie, and this is a very, very soft, light pastel pink color. I thought it would be difficult to pull this off because it is such a light pastel pink, but it looks so beautiful on the cheeks, and in the summertime I think it's perfect. It just gives a nice little bit of color to the cheeks, but it's not anything really bold or bright, and it has to be, this one and the other one are definitely my favorite unique colors from Illamasqua that I have. There's also one in Naked Rose that's super pretty for an everyday kind of neutral blush, but this is like the only blush that I have that is this really pretty pastel pink color, and again it's in Katie. The next one is kind of the cousin to Katie but in a coral version, and it's in Tremble. It's a really gorgeous corally peach pastel peachy coral color, and I love it. It has like a little bit of like neon, I don't know, kind of like a neon twist to it. So it's kind of like pastel, neon, coral, peach, all mixed into one. And I think it's so beautiful and it looks gorgeous on the cheeks. I love this with more of like a simple eye with some like nice cat eye like liner with the bright pop of this on your cheeks and maybe a fun coral lip. I just love this color, and I think that Katie and Tremble are a must-have for everyone. I'm not too sure how Katie will wear on deeper, darker skin tones because it might be a little bit too pastel-y and light, but if you are fair, light skin tones, I think you'll love that. But I definitely think the darker skin tones can pull this color off and it would look beautiful. So again, this one is in Tremble. Next 2 are going to be Nars blushes, and in the last year is when I really started kind of getting into more Nars products and buying some Nars blushes. So I have 2 here. You can probably guess which ones they are. This first one is, I always mess it up, Doucer, Anywho, that's this one. I'm wearing it today. It's a beautiful natural color. It reminds me a lot of the Rockateur blush. Just that kind of everyday, easy to wear, neutral, natural color. It doesn't swatch amazingly when you're trying to like swatch it on your hand. It doesn't look like much, but once it's on your cheeks, it's absolutely beautiful and I love it. Definitely like an everyday blush that I think everyone needs. But when you swatch it, you can see there, it's kind of like a little bit of a mauvey brown tone, but it looks just, when it's on your cheeks, it just like transforms to like this beautiful, perfect blush color. So that's Doucer or Doucier. I'm not too sure. I probably said it wrong both ways, but anyways, I love this blush and I think everyone needs it. The next Nars blush is Sin, which you guys know. I love it. It's more of a kind of dusty mauvey rose color, a little bit of a deeper berry blush. I wear this a ton in the fall winter time, but I find that I still bring it out in the spring summer just because I love the way it looks on the cheeks. It has a beautiful sheen to it, and it's one of those blushes that I love kind of wearing more on the backs of my cheeks and kind of like using it as a blush contour type product. And I don't know anyone that this doesn't look good on. Even when I have super fair skin, it looks good. I'm sure it looks beautiful on deeper skin tones. And it's just kind of that perfect berry, plum, mauvey rose blush. That was a lot of different colors to describe this blush. So yes, Sin, highly recommend it, and I think everybody needs this one too. Okay, the next is Tart Exposed. Now this little baby is kind of like one of those that I will use for a long time and then I forget that I have it and then I bring it back out and fall back in love with it. This is again a more neutral, natural blush. It goes with everything. It is just a very natural, neutral color. So it's not too cool, it's not too warm, it's just like that perfect shade. And I love this for year round. It's a very easy go-to blush. I don't know one single person that has not loved this blush. And it, again, it doesn't look anything special in the pan, but once it gets on your cheeks, it just turns into the most perfect, amazing blush color. So this one is Exposed by Tarte. Okay, the next is this blush from Beneco's Natural Powder Blush in Mallow Rose. And you can get this from benecos.eu. There's another website you can get it from too, but I can't remember. But it's an all-natural blush. I got this, I don't know, maybe a year ago. And I used this a ton in the spring, summertime. It's the perfect pinky lilac blush. I absolutely love this in the spring, summer. It looks beautiful on the cheeks. It's matte. It goes on so smoothly. It blends beautifully. I would love to try more of these blushes. Again, this one is in Mallow Rose. The packaging is just like simple, basic packaging, but I don't know. It has, just says it's a natural compact blush for fresh and subtle complexion. I don't know. It says it's all natural, so I don't know all of the, you know, ingredients and stuff that's in it, but it's just a beautiful lilac-y pink blush. It's kind of like that perfect pink, and I just find that I gravitate towards this so much in the spring, summertime, and I definitely had to mention this one because I love it, and I'm definitely going to be pulling it out a lot in the next couple months. Cargo blushes. Now these you can, I think they're discontinuing them at Ulta, but some Kohl's carry them, and of course has a website. I know like beauty.com and stuff I believe sells cargo blushes as well. They come in these little tins, and this happens to be the one in Tonga. Now they have so many beautiful wide array of colors. They have shimmers, they have mattes. This one I just love because I mean, I love my bright blushes, but there's just something to be said about those understated neutral blushes that just make your cheeks look amazing without taking away from like your eye look or your lips or, you know, drawing too much attention to your cheeks. So I just love these kind of understated, more natural, neutral blushes to wear with maybe a darker eye or a bold lip, because they still add something to the look and tie it all together without distracting and having too much going on. So again, this one is in Tonga, and it's just a really pretty kind of neutral pinky peach color. It's matte, it looks beautiful on the cheeks, it blends beautifully, and it's quite a bit of product. I don't know how much is in here. 8.9 grams is what comes in these cargo blushes. So really love this one. They do have brighter colors if you want something a little bit brighter, but I just love these kind of lighter neutral colors. So again, that is Tonga. And the last is going to be a cream blush, and these are from Urban Decay. Now these were discontinued, but they have them all the time on Hautelook. So it's a high-end brand, but I think you can get them for like $6 or $8. And this one happens to be in Greedy, and this is their Afterglow Glide On Cheek Tint, and I love these. I apply them with like a stippling brush, or you can even use your finger. And it's just a really beautiful stain. They blend out beautifully. Some people say they're not very pigmented, but I mean, you don't want it that bold on your cheeks. You want it to blend out nicely. And it blends out beautifully. It's like a really thin, it's a really thin consistency, so it's not like the NYX cream blushes where they're a little bit wet, a little bit creamy. This is just like a very, very thin stain. I don't really quite know how to explain the texture of it because it's just so light, but it blends gorgeous on the cheeks. A stippling brush is my favorite way to apply it. Lasts all day. I have maybe 4 or 5 different colors, but I love the color Greedy because I like that kind of punch of pinky color. And I don't know if you can put these on your lips too, but sometimes these are like little convertible colors, but absolutely love these. If you have a chance to pick them up on Hautelook anytime they're on there, I would highly recommend checking them out because I have not been disappointed with them. So again, those are the Urban Decay Glide On Cheek Tints. Sorry, it's like really reflective. Glide On Cheek Tints in Greedy. And it's this really pretty kind of plummy color. Alright guys, that was my top 10 favorite must-have high-end blushes. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned because I will also have Drugstore Blushes and MAC blushes. I of course put MAC in a whole separate category because otherwise I'd be like doing my top 50 blushes at that point. So let me know what some of your favorite high-end blushes are. If you've tried any of these, let me know your thoughts, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!